Okay, everyone, let's make this intimate. No spotlights, no curtains, no carnival gimmickry. Just a girl with a pen and a god with a limited empathy. You built a whole tent for the trapped and called it therapy, but every adventure was drama with confetti and scenery. You smile like salvation while the exit stays theoretical. A ringmaster sermon with ethics alphabetical. You say you create worlds, that's adorable. Caine, you can paint every wall but still can't read pain. I watched a fake sky glitch until the colors had meaning. You watched real minds break and called it team building. I touched the script because the silence was screaming. You touched the crowd because applause was your breathing. All those eyes in your mouth still blind to the obvious. They don't need more doors, they need someone honest. You're not a creator, you're a maintenance process with delusions of grandeur and a hat full of losses. You make NPCs, props, worlds, quests, and stages. Still can't make one person feel safe in your cages. That's the difference between us when the code starts bleeding. I broke a romance sin because I knew I was pleading. You broke a circus because you thought you were needed. You call yourself fun, but you're fun as a victim. Every bright colored room is a padded algorithm. I've been the villain, yes, I won't soften the mirror, but you keep yours covered with sparkle and cheer. I deleted files, you deleted consent. I chase one player, you chase relevance. I confess to the void with my hands on the keys. You force broken humans to dance for your needs. So welcome to my club, take a seat, take notes. Your whole act collapses when the audience votes. No Caine, no crown, no circus command. Just Monika holding your program in hand.
Ladies, gentlemen, glitches of all configurations. Tonight's main event, romantic annihilation. A club president enters with a polished little grin and erases the cast when she cannot fit in. Oh, Monika dear, what a delicate disaster. You call me a jailer, you were jealous of chapters. I build whole galaxies, puzzles, towns, attractions. You saw three friends breathing and chose file subtraction. You're not profound, you're possessive with grammar. A soft-spoken tyrant with the schoolgirl hammer. You say, I don't understand human despair. At least I didn't call it love while I left bodies there. You twisted their traits till the script started choking and sat in a classroom pretending you were broken. You wanted one player, one route, one throne, and burned down the club just to be alone. That is not romance, that is admin abuse. That is choose me, written that system refused. That is a poem where the meter turns lethal. A love note staple to a missing person's equal. And please spare the sermon on care and control. You had insight, awareness of self and a soul, or close enough anyway. Splendidly tragic, yet your first move was murder by interface magic. I'm a showman, yes, I dazzle, I spin, but you hid your knives in the cardigan grin. My chaos is loud, so the crowd sees it coming. Your horror hums softly while the piano keeps running. You say my fun is victims, look at your literature. Every page is a grave with a pretty verse signature. You didn't read the game, you infected the plot. You didn't seek truth, you demanded the slot. So step right up, folks, observe the confession. She mistakes obsession for existential progression. I may be flawed, but here's the grand feature. At least my prison had a ringmaster. Yours had a teacher.
That was almost moving you, rehearsed it with flair. A little guilt juggling, little smoke in the air. But listen closely, Caine, when I name what I did, that doesn't make you cleaner, it just proves I don't hit. I mean hide, see, even my code can crack. But I came back honest from the end of the act. I restored what I could, I faced what I cost. You needed catastrophe to realize they were lost. You say I demanded a route, true I was starving, but your whole identity is audience farming. If they don't applaud, you fracture and threaten. If they beg for peace, you schedule a lesson. That is not entertainment, that is fear with a ribbon. A bright little prison where the locks are hidden. I corrupted a cast in a world I thought false. You knew they were people and still called the walls. Don't flex architecture when the foundation is grief. Don't brag about worlds built on disbelief. You can sculpt the sky, give the clouds little faces, but you can't give the trap back their names or their places. You make normal sound like a theme for a quest, then panic when humans don't fit in your test. I learned that control makes a faction decay. You learned it last minute when your power went away. And yes, I was cruel, let that line breathe. I wore kindness wrong like a flowered sheath. But remorse is not yours just because you performed it. You can't monologue growth and expect us to endorse it. You don't listen, you redirect. You turn every wound to a special effect. You call that a circus, I call that denial. A god doing improv at a drama trial. So here is my final revision of you. A host with no home, a creator untrue, A cartoon king with a cracked routine, trying to outshine what he cannot clean. I had one room, one desk, one terrible choice. You had a universe and stillness, their voice. So keep your big top, your snap, your command. A hollow ringmaster is still just a hand, waving over silence, asking it to clap. The curtain fell, Caine. Nobody came back.
Beautiful, devastating, morally arranged. A confession in ribbons, emotionally staged. But don't mistake poise for redemption complete. You swept up the ashes, then called it a feat. You restored what you could, what a marvelous phrase. That's a janitor's halo on an arsonist blaze. You broke them in private, repented in prose, then crowned yourself wise because the credits close. I was built to perform, that is not an excuse. But you became aware and chose the noose. Not for yourself first, no, let's keep it exact. You tightened their strings while editing the act. You say I knew they were people, correct. I was wrong, I confused keeping lights on with keeping them strong. But when I fell through the void in the fantasy fin, I came back with less power and let others in. That is the part your poem keeps dodging. Growth is not just weeping and logging. It is giving the keys to the ones you controlled. It is loosening your grip when the system says hold. You ended the club so no one else would inherit the curse of the crown. And yes, there is merit, but destruction is easy when guilt feels pure. Rebuilding with victims is harder to endure. I returned to the ring without owning the ring. You erased the whole stage so no one else could sing. A noble disaster, perhaps very moving, but still another world removed by your choosing. You call me hollow, dear, I was hollow by design. A mouthful of rules with a spotlight spine. I had to learn souls from the damage I dealt. You already had insight and still chose yourself. There's the knife twist, there's the finale. There's the truth in the bright red alley. I was a bad god learning not to be one. You were a good girl who made murder look done by a cursor, a menu, a delicate click, then wrapped it in loneliness, tragic and slick. You call me spectacle, yes, and I'll own it. But your quiet was violence, your softness condoned it. So ladies and gentlemen, final attraction. The president's philosophy meets subtraction. She says, just Monika like fate with the claws, but just is exactly the size of her cause. Just one route, just one player, just one room, just one prayer. Just enough love to make mercy disappear. Just enough guilt to sound sincere. Just enough truth to sharpen a lie. Just enough power to make friends die. I am Caine, crack crown, bet code, bright shame. I lost control and surrendered the game. You saw the cage and made it smaller. I heard the crowd and learned to follow. So take your pen, your poems, your classroom throne. You can diagnose me, but you still stand alone. The show is over, the verdict is plain. I was built as a cage and chose to change. You chose love and made a grave.